Yeah, welcome to Point to Point channel. So today I will discuss about the usage of group by and distinct keywords in SQL. So I will also demonstrate where exactly we need to use this group by, and are they both the same? I mean group by and distinct are same. So yeah, so let's learn all these concepts with some examples. Okay. Yeah, so before learning this, group by and distinct, okay, just have a quick understanding about aggregate operations. Okay, so first let me show you the data what I have in employee table. Okay, so select star. Okay, from employee. Okay, employee. All right. So here, so let me execute this statement. Okay, so see here I have some 6 rows. Okay, so here I do have department underscore id. Okay, so this is nothing but a id column of the department. Okay, so here the last 2 rows are newly joined employees, who does not have any association with any department. Okay, so now, okay, so is there any way to perform aggregate operations? So for example, I want to perform the total count of this employee table. Okay, so if I perform something like this, okay, here if you see, immediately we will get 6. So that means we have total 6 rows. So here you can also use a count of one. Also count of one and count of star both are same. Okay, here you can have the same result. Okay, similarly here you can see max of salary from employee. So that means out of 6 rows, which employee is earning maximum salary. So for that requirement you need to use max of salary. So something like this, right? So this is the maximum salary, 1,20,000. And similarly min salary, here you can see you have got the min salary. And similarly you can have average of salaries. Okay, and similarly you can consolidate all salaries. So this is the summation of all salaries. Okay, so something like this, you have some aggregation operations. Now now what is the connectivity between these aggregate operations and group by, right? So now what is this group by in the sense? Okay, so here okay, first again I will show you the employee data. Here if you see, if you keenly observe these 6 rows, okay, um, if you see, this department ID got repeated, right? So for the first 2 rows, so that means first 2 employees are associated with a department ID who one, right? And similarly the third and fourth employees are associated with the department ID 2. So that means here group by in the sense, okay, here if you see, since department ID 1 is repeated for these 2 rows, why don't we consider these 2 rows as a one single group, right? So why? Because those 2 employees, comes under a umbrella of one department, right? Department underscore ID 1. So then you can group by department ID, group by department ID in the sense, okay. So I mean, so this particular highlighted data, I mean, either it could be 2 rows or 20 rows or whatever it may be. So all the employees, whoever falls under a department ID 1, so they all come together as a single group. Now, what we are going to achieve with this single group in the sense, if you do group by this department ID, now you can count the total employees who and all are fall into this particular department ID 1. And similarly you can happily calculate the maximum salary of the employee in that particular group whose department ID is 1. And similarly min salary, you can do whatever you can do, all aggregate operations in that particular group, in the sense this department ID. Similarly, you can have this one more group. You see, the third and fourth employees, okay, they they belongs to they belong to second department, right? They belong to second department ID 2. Similarly here also you can treat these 2 employees as a one more group. So something like this. So the overall point here is, so if you do group by of this particular department ID, obviously that value got repeated multiple times for all the rows, right? So now the you can perform some aggregate operations of those employees whose department ID got repeated multiple times. So something like that. if you have group by for multiple columns, let's assume group by of column 1 comma column 2. Okay, now let's assume in this example. Okay, so for example, if I do group by of city, city Chennai, okay, and department ID. So what does it mean? Okay, now my group will become something like this. Okay, I need to have a repeated combination of these two columns. I mean city and department ID multiple times. So you see here Chennai 2 and see here Chennai and 2. So obviously, these two rows falls into this particular group. Let's assume you have one more row in which the city is Chennai but department ID is one. Let's assume. So but now if you do group by of what you say city comma department ID, so then in that case, so so Chennai and 1 is a one group and Chennai and 2 is a one more group. So under Chennai and 2 you have two rows. Let's assume you have one more row for Chennai and department 81. So that is exclusively one more group, something like that. Okay, so let's try to run some examples to have a better understanding. Okay, so here, so what I'm going to do, so select, okay, star, okay, from employee, okay, employee. Okay, so what I'm going to do, group by, okay, department underscore ID, okay, group by, okay, group by e dot, okay, department underscore ID, okay, that's it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, okay, so here, what I'm going to do, okay, so department e dot, okay, so what I'm going to do, e dot dept underscore id, okay, comma count of star as total underscore employees. Okay, so something like this. So let's run this. Okay, let's run this. See what you have got here. Department ID 1 is having two employees, okay, and department ID 2 is also having two employees. Okay, so something like that, right? So now of course, we have newly joined employees, right? So they don't have any kind of department, right? So in order to eliminate this particular third row, what you need to write, okay, so what I'm doing, e dot, okay, e dot, uh, so e dot dept underscore id, okay, dept underscore id. So now if you see, we have got a result as 0. See, something like this. So now what I'm going to do, let's try different combinations. Okay, so here so I want to see once again. I will show you the data of employee. Okay, so this is the data, right? So now I want to know the total number of employees in each city. So let's assume this is our requirement, total number of employees in each city. Okay, so then for that what we need to do, okay, in each city, in the sense obviously you need to print city. Okay, so now total number of employees in each city, okay, in the sense, okay, so obviously you will have some star here, okay, count of star. Okay, so here, yeah, you can keep the same thing, total underscore employee from group by. So this time, this is not department ID. You can have city. Okay, group by e dot city. So now you will have something like this: Hyderabad some four, Chennai some two, so something like that. Okay. So here if you see Hyderabad 2 and Chennai 4. So that means in Hyderabad 2 employees are working and in Chennai 4 employees are working. So something like that. So how you got this? Once again, I will try to demonstrate in detail. Okay. So here if you see, as I said sometime before, okay, so in Hyderabad you are having two rows, right? See here these two rows. So group by, in the sense, okay, Hyderabad is got repeated multiple times. So then the why don't we consider these two rows in which Hyderabad is repeated? So you can consider these two rows as a single group, right? So in that single group I want to know a total count of employees, or I want to know a maximum salary or something like that. So that we can do the say here. Our requirement is we are just finding out the total count of employees group by city in the sense obviously group by department, Hyderabad. Right. So that's what we are doing. Similarly, Chennai. So in Chennai, here if you see, if you do group by city in the sense, Hyderabad, you have got two employees, and for Chennai, four employees, uh, four employees belong to this Chennai category, right? So obviously, we'll get total four for Chennai city, something like that. So all these four employees comes as a one group. So now, okay, so now let's expand our ideology once again. Okay, now what I will do in each city. Okay, I want to know I want to know the total employees whoever are working in each city, that too in the same department. Okay, so in the same department in the sense, okay, e dot department underscore ID, right? Okay, so here count, okay, the same thing. So now here obviously you need to have group by here also. What you need to do, e dot department underscore ID. So now this time what happens, the result something you will get something like this, Hyderabad, okay, and department ID 1, and in that the count of employees is something so and so. Okay, so here if I execute this statement, okay, you see the result as something like this, right? Hyderabad and department ID 1, and in that department ID 2 employees are there, and similarly Chennai, okay, department ID 2, okay, so two employees are working, okay, and the same Chennai, there is no department. Why? Because freshly joined employees, and in the Chennai two employees are working, something like that. Now what I'm going to do again, I'm I'm deep diving this group by. So this time what I will do, okay, I will even add a group by for one more column, that is for gender also. Okay, so now what I will do, e dot, okay, so e dot gender, okay, gender, okay, so here count, okay, e dot gender, okay, so here what we need to do, so let me shift to second line, okay, so here, okay, so here I am going to do e dot gender, okay, so e dot gender, okay. So now something result you will get something like this. In Hyderabad, there are two department ID one, how many male employees are working, and in the same Hyderabad for the same department ID one, how many female employees are working. So that means we are taking a broader combination of this repeated data. So by that way, you can consider that combination repeated data as a one more exclusive group, something like that. Okay. Now let's execute this statement. Okay. See here, now you see Hyderabad department ID 1 for male employees total count is 1, and same female employees count is 1. Okay. In Chennai, department ID 2 male employees count is 2. So something like this. Okay. So I hope I mean this group by concept is clear. Now let's try a different combination. Okay, why don't we join employee and department table, okay, to have a department name this time. Instead of printing this department ID, let's print a department name, okay, and we can also apply a group by also, right? So now the same statement what I am going to do, okay, so this time even I will have a join also, okay. I already covered the joins in detail in my previous lecture, okay. So you can go and watch that video also. Sorry. So here what I'm going to do from employee, okay, employee, sorry. So what we are going to do, employee, inner join, okay, inner join department D, okay, on E dot, okay, department ID is equal to D dot ID. Okay, so this time, okay, instead of having department ID, what I'm going to do, D dot name, okay, department name. Why? Because we have joined these two tables. So by that way, I have got access to print this department name, right? So now obviously I will remove this, okay, D dot name. Okay, so that's it, very simple. So now here if you see, okay, see, by that way, we have got some result, right? See, in Hyderabad HR department. So, I mean, till now we were able to see only department ID. Since I have joined employee and department tables, so now I'm able to see even department name. In Hyderabad HR department, male employees are 1, Okay, similarly, Hyderabad HR department female employees are again one. So something like this. Chennai sales department male employees are two. So something like this. So so this is one combination. Now let's assume I want to know the total employees count, okay, in each department, in the sense in all the departments. So now to achieve this requirement, we have two solutions. For example, I want to join department with employee. Okay, so since I want to print all the departments, let's consider the left join. So department with employee using left join. So then you will get matching data and as well as non-matching data from the department. By that way, you will print all the department details, right? So yeah, let's do the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, select. Okay, so first try employee, sorry, department. Okay, department D. Okay, D, left join employee. Okay, employee E. Okay, on. Okay, D dot ID is equal to E dot DEPT underscore ID. Okay, so now so uh, now group by, okay, group by is equal to, okay, sorry, not is equal to, group by D dot name. Okay, group by D dot name. So now that's it. Okay, here what I'm going to print, D dot name. Okay, comma. Okay, count of. Okay, so let's try with count of star. Okay, as, okay, total underscore employees. Okay, something like this. So now let's see the result. So something like this. Now this time what I'm expecting, HR department. Okay, some two employees. Okay, sales department, some one employee. So now payroll and IT, obviously they don't have any employees, so obviously 0 0 ideally it should give. So right. So let's try to execute this statement. Okay, now what you will get? Okay, see, HR2 sales to, ideally this is true, but okay, surprisingly payroll and IT they don't have any employees, but even then we have got the result as one, right? So ideally whenever you join multiple tables, so it is not recommended to use either count of one or count of star. Okay, so you need to filter it out in a next level. So that's why better you give, okay, count of you can say E dot DEPT underscore ID. Okay, so now that means in each department, count of E dot department underscore ID, in the sense, obviously see, um, so here, right, is in the select star from employee. So just sometime before I have shown. Okay, I will show you once again. Okay, so here, see, this is the department underscore ID. So now I just joined the department with employee. Okay, so now if I do count of E dot department underscore ID, in the sense, okay, so obviously this will consider as a what you say, uh, group by this time. What I am doing, group by of this department name, right? Since I joined those two tables, I will have access to department name. Of course you will have HR, it will print, right? So now I'm considering that repeated data as a one group, right? So in that one, this E dot department ID as a count, so that one I am just considering. So why? Because if you consider count of one or star, okay, even though you don't have a data in the department, okay, it will consider as a one single row. Okay, why? Because here I will show you. Okay, so here if you see department, okay, so if you try to see the data, okay, you see the payroll and IT, even though they don't have any employees, it will treat internally as a single row, as a count of one. So that's why you have got the result as one. Okay, for payroll and IT. So in order to achieve the right results, you need to have a count of E dot department underscore ID. So I hope you understand this concept. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I will do order by. Okay, order by. Okay, um, order by this count of no count of the same thing. Okay, count of E dot DEPT underscore ID. Okay, so nothing. I mean, it will just sort it out in a ascending order. This counts. Okay, that's it. Here you can see 0022. That's it. Okay, even even you can have some having clause. Having clause in the sense it will it is a kind of a where clause in the case of group by. Okay, So for example, if you have some group by clause, you have got some result. Now you want to filter it out some kind of where clause. You should not use where clause. Here you are supposed to use having clause. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, okay, having, okay, for example, having, okay, what I'm going to do, having count of, okay, e dot no department underscore id, okay, let's assume greater than 1. Okay, if I do greater than 1, okay, so here order by is disturbed. Okay, so now if I execute, we will get only 2 rows. So something like this. See, we have used group by and we have combined the tables between employee, sorry, department and an employee. Okay, and here you can see we also used having clause. We also used order by. No, the same combination even you can try with employee with department using right join. So in that case also you will get the same result. Okay, if I can show you that one also. Okay, uh, so what I'm trying to say is the left join between the department and employee is nothing but a right join between employee and department. So that's what I'm trying to say. So here, see, now this time I'm considering employee. Okay, employee. Uh, so here, so this is E. Okay, so this time this is I'm just reversing this thing. Okay, department D. Okay, so that condition is same. Okay, so now okay, so that condition is same. I think let's try. I think it should work. Let's try. Yeah, see, it's working. So the same thing. Okay, so this is the usage of group by having, right. So now I will also show you one more combination. Okay, now this time I don't want to perform some aggregate operations. I just want to print the only column names. Okay, so that's what. Okay, so for example, select star from employee. Okay, E, okay, what I am going to do, group by, okay, group by, this time what I am going to do, E dot, okay, city, okay, comma, E dot, DEPT underscore ID, comma, E dot city, sorry, E dot gender, let's assume, okay. So now, okay, I want to print all those columns, okay, so E dot city, comma, E dot DEPT underscore ID, comma, E dot gender, okay, E dot gender, okay. Um, so here if I just execute this statement, you will get a unique combination of this particular group combination. So here my group combination is city, department ID and gender. So that means, what does it mean? In all the rows of employee table, okay, wherever you find a common data, that means the same data for all these three columns, city, department id and gender. Okay, so all those rows come and you can treat it as a one single group. Now I'm just printing those so that unique combination. So of course, on top of this combination you can perform some aggregate operations, but I'm not doing that. I'm just printing that way. So by that way, you can have some unique combination. Of course you will have so many number of rows with this combination. Since if you do group by, obviously you will get one row, right, with that unique combination. So that's what. So now here, the same requirement you can also achieve with the distinct keyword. Okay, so this distinct keyword here you can see. So what I'm going to do, okay, so simply I will use distinct. Okay, something like this. Okay, here if you use distinct, you no need to use any group by. Okay, so here if you see, okay, I am just executing this statement. See, here also you will get the same result. Okay, so by that way, distinct and group by more or less similar here. Okay, so wherever you have some duplicate data, if you also use a distinct, you can apply distinct on one column or multiple columns also. So that means wherever you have that repeated combination, you will simply get that unique combination, right? Whatever you got in the previous case using group by also, right? So now I will also show you one more, the final uses of this group by. So in the case of duplicate data, okay, you will happily find out some duplicate rows. Okay, so for example, I do have one more table, that is employee underscore dup. Okay, so here if you see, I have some 6 rows. In that one, first 2 rows are same. Of course ID is different, ID 1 and 2, but if you see the name column, salary and city all are same, right? Here if you see Anil, everything is same here. Similarly, third and fourth both are same. Okay, and of course fifth and sixth are unique. Okay, so now is there any way to find out these duplicate rows using this group by? Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, so here select, okay, select, okay, star, first do something like this, employee, okay, underscore dope, okay, so something like this. Okay, so now uh, how do you identify this unique combination? So what I'm going to do, group by, okay, so let's give some alias name. Okay, so something like this. Okay, now group by, what I'm going to do, e dot name, okay, comma, e dot city, okay, comma, okay, uh, e dot salary also. Okay, here let me add e dot salary. Okay, so e dot salary. Okay, so here, in order to print these repeated columns, okay, so here let me print this the same thing, e dot name comma e dot salary, okay, e dot salary comma e dot city. Okay, e dot city. So now okay, e dot city. um, So here, okay, let's execute this statement. What you have got, okay, you have got something like this. Anil, okay. So it has okay. Uh, Here you can see Anil 25,000 and Ravi, okay, Mohan, okay, and again Rahul. It has shown the some kind of unique data, right? But our requirement is to find out only duplicate data, right? So here for that purpose, what we need to do, okay, so for example, count of star, okay, star, okay. Uh, so this time what I will do, okay, um, having, okay, count of star, okay, greater than one, okay, greater than one, okay. So this time let's try to print this. See what it is printing here. So it is saying that, okay, this, the combination of this Anil 25,000 and Hyderabad, okay, this particular row got repeated two times. See, the count is two. Similarly, the Ravi with 35,000 and Hyderabad, okay, this particular combination got repeated two times. So by that way, you can you can find out the duplicate rows. So these are nothing but now these are duplicate rows. This row is a duplicate row, and similarly this row is a duplicate row. Okay, so see, I don't want to print this count also. See, I want to have a only name and salary and city. So is there any way? Yes, we do have a way. Okay, so for that, what you need to do? Okay, so just remove this. Okay, just remove this. Okay, uh, see, see, you can use this count of star only in the having clause also. You no need to print here. See, you have got the same information, right? So this is the one more usage of this group by. So now you may think something like this. Okay, employee ID is missing right here. So why do employee ID is missing? Okay, is there any way to print employee ID also here? So for that we need to have one more approach. Okay, so this time what I am going to do? Okay, so select star from employee. Okay, employee E. Okay, so where e dot id, okay, not in. Okay, so this time what I am going to do? Okay, so select, okay, max. I will try to use some max function. So in that max function, what I am going to do, e dot id, okay, id. So from, okay, employee underscore dupe, okay, so this e, okay, now group by, okay, group by e dot, okay, e dot name, okay, comma e dot salary, comma e dot city. Okay, so something like this. So what I'm doing here, okay, so I'm just trying to find out the maximum of employee ID, with this particular combination. Combination, what combination? The same employee name, the same salary, the same city. Wherever I find this same combination, in that particular combination, you may have two rows, three rows, five rows, but first I'm trying to find out the maximum value of the employee id among all those rows. So that's what I'm trying to do here in the second subquery, right? So now once you have that employee id, now here what we are doing, okay, I'm just trying to find out uh, I mean, not in the sense I'm just leaving that row and remaining rows I'm just showing here. Okay, so here if you just print here, you can see it's just printing all the values, one Anil 25,000 Hyderabad, something like this, right? So so I hope you guys understand the uses of this group by, having order by, and where we need to use the distinct. Okay, so I guess I covered maximum combinations of this group by. Okay, so just try to remember you can apply this group by on single column and multiple columns also. The only thing here is group by is nothing but a kind of a a repeated combination of either a single column or multiple columns. So basically all those rows which are having this repeated information considered as a one single group, something like that. Okay, even distinct in the sense distinct also can be applied on one column or multiple columns. Here also you will get a unique set of combination in the case of distinct keyword. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. Okay, if you really like my video, please like and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.